Good afternoon everyone, here's your latest video update on this Thursday afternoon on Typhoon Bopha or Bagyong Pablo. It continues to push away from Palawan and the rest of the Philippine islands. The system was last looked at approximately 400 kilometers northwest of the city of Puerto Princesa. Maximum sustained winds remain at 120 kilometers per hour with gusts of up to 175 according to JMA. You'll note that both PAGASA and Joint Typhoon Warning Center have downgraded Bopha into a tropical storm. So if you are watching the local news out there in the Philippines, you might hear them calling the system as a tropical storm instead of a typhoon. JMA, which is the official agency out here in the Western Pacific, is keeping the system as a typhoon, but is expected to gradually weaken in the next few days. Now, looking at the latest visible satellite imagery, you can see the system pushing away from the country now. There is still some cloudiness and cirrus clouds moving across northern Palawan and parts of western Luzon, thankfully not bringing too much rain anymore. The center and the bulk of the system is now over the open waters out here in South China Sea. It is somewhat trying to develop. We are still seeing some good convective activity right over the center, but doesn't seem to be organizing really well. We are seeing some convective banding on the microwave image, but doesn't have any hints of an eye wall formation as of this time. So we do think the system will maintain as a strong tropical storm, probably not a typhoon anymore. It will probably remain a tropical storm over the next 2 to 3 days as it pushes away from the Philippine air responsibility, and could eventually dissipate by as early as Sunday or Monday as it pushes across South China Sea. We have some dry air moving in from northern Asia, from China. Also some cooler waters out here in South China Sea, not really helpful for tropical cyclone formation. So all in all, expect improving weather conditions out here across much of the Philippines. There may still be some lingering rain showers across western parts of the country, especially in Palawan, but they will not be as heavy as one we've experienced over the past few days. And speaking of that rain, we have the latest rainfall report from, this is using the NASA Tropical Rainfall Measuring Mission, which takes into the account the satellite data and also an instrument that they are using, estimating the rainfall amounts that have fallen across here in southern Philippines, especially in Mindanao. And as you can see, the green and the yellow shadings indicate rainfall amounts of more than 100 millimeters. And the ground zero is right around here in Compostela Valley and also in the province of Davao Oriental. Many towns here have gotten more than 100 millimeters. Some of them may have even gotten more than 150 millimeters of rainfall over the past 2 days out here. And also looking at the province out here in Misamis Oriental near the city of Cagayan de Oro, getting in on the rainfall reports out there. As we've shown you before yesterday, remember the map that we made, we got some rainfall reports there of up to 180 millimeters. Even out here in Camiguin Island, reporting some heavy rainfall there as well. Palawan is not included in this image, but they have gotten some rainfall amounts as well, 80 to 100 millimeters, and also some strong winds have destroyed homes, especially out in northern Palawan. And speaking of the damages, we have made a simple map for you indicating where the major damages that we have gotten in terms of reports, mainly from the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, but also from different reports from media outlets out there in the Philippines. The red dots indicate deaths and also major infrastructure damage, especially out here. And you can see many of the dots here are scattered across northern and central Mindanao, particularly out here in Compostela Valley and Davao Oriental, where the system moved across as a Category 5 typhoon back in Tuesday afternoon. We are also getting some reports out here in central Visayas, particularly out here in southern Leyte, also southern Negros Oriental, and also the island of Siquijor. Houses have been damaged there as well because of storm surge. And also out there in Palawan, as we mentioned before, some houses being destroyed as the system made landfall there yesterday as well. The yellow dots represent anywhere from a simple power line to communication line problems, and also some road damages out here. Even Zamboanga City reporting some power outages. Also, most of the damages again been seeing are from Compostela Valley, especially near the towns of New Bataan, which is the ground zero as the media is considering, and also some power outages being reported across Dumaguete City as well. Most of them have been restored this afternoon, the latest report there. Also, some reports across northern Mindanao, across the province of Agusan del Norte, and also Surigao del Sur, reporting in on the communication and power outages as well. Unfortunately, most of the utility crews can't really start restoring services because of the roads and the towns here are still inaccessible as of this moment. The best way to go across the towns here are by helicopters and also small planes. We have seen some aerial videos made by the Philippine Air Force. Very devastating images are coming out of these towns, and hopefully the good weather will prevail across much of the region here, helping the government units to give time to clear out all the roads so that the relief goods and other help can arrive swiftly. Now you can also see some provinces here shaded in light blue. Those are the provinces under a state of calamity, particularly the provinces of Surigao del Sur, Davao, Oriental, and Compostela. And we will keep updating this information for you at westernpacificweather.com. Obviously, you can go to your local television stations for the latest information on the effects of Bopha. As for the forecast, the system is forecast to continue moving northwestward across the South China Sea, again expected to exit the Philippine air responsibility as early as tomorrow morning or perhaps by Saturday, depending on the speed of the system. Not really expected to impact the country anymore. And here we have also Joint Typhoon Warning Center's forecast weakened to a tropical storm now, according to the agency, and will meander in this region for over the next 3 to 5 days, again dissipating as early as Monday over out here in the South China Sea, not going to be impacting any land whatsoever. Finally, we have the Japan Meteorological Agency also showing a slowdown out here and meandering in that region for the next 5 days, weakening to a tropical storm by tomorrow. Remember, JMA is still classifying the system as a typhoon, again weakening to a tropical storm and eventually dissipating well away from the Philippines over the next few days. And as we look out here at the animated infrared imagery from NOAA showing the Western Pacific Basin, you can see here Typhoon Bopha or Bagyong Pablo moving across South China Sea away from the Philippines. There is a stationary front extending from northern Luzon all the way up to southern Japan, and that could bring some isolated rain showers across northern and eastern portions of Luzon. Definitely on the lighter side and won't be as heavy as the ones experienced across Mindanao. Some parts of Palawan may still get in on some light rain showers as well, courtesy of Bopha, but again mainly on the lighter side. Intertropical convergence zone weakening across northern Mindanao. There is a weak disturbance moving in across the Caroline Islands into Palau, perhaps by tomorrow. Not expected to develop into a tropical cyclone, so nothing to worry about here for now. However, we expect the system to continue pushing westward and perhaps could bring some light rain showers across the Philippines, especially out here in eastern Visayas by the early part of next week. And if you take a look at the 2-day rainfall forecast, courtesy of the COAMS model, one of the many models that we are using in terms of forecasting. Here we have the 2-day rainfall forecast, and you can definitely see the rainfall to be dumped by Typhoon Bopha, again mainly over the open waters of South China Sea. Some light rain showers may still impact northern Palawan, parts of western Luzon, and again you can also see this rain showers across northern Luzon and eastern Luzon, courtesy of the stationary front in that region. Parts of Mindanao may also get some light rain showers, especially in the afternoon, but nothing too heavy, and definitely, hopefully, won't be as disruptive as the rains that have fallen yesterday and today. Hopefully, good weather will prevail, helping the rescuers do their job. Again, most of the rains now away from the Philippines, so good news. And finally, we continue to ask for your images and videos out there in Mindanao and also Visayas, parts of the impacted by Typhoon Bopha. We are getting those from our viewers, so thank you very much for those videos and images. Here we have one from Iligan City from Shads Karim showing the minor flooding out in the city center near the public market, and those are one of the things that have impacted some of the areas here. Thankfully, we only have some minor flooding out here in Iligan City, and also nearby city Cagayan de Oro fared much better compared to last year's typhoon Sendong, or tropical storm Sendong. But unfortunately, some areas weren't as lucky, especially out there in Compostela Valley. Before we end, just want to give you an update on the latest numbers that we have. According to the NDRRMC, as of 2 p.m. Philippine time, 327 have so far been confirmed dead. Nearly 400 people are still missing. Almost 100 people are still unidentified across the towns of Moncayo and New Bataan in Compostela Valley. In the towns of Boston and Catiil out here in eastern Mindanao, nearly 80 people have died there. So far, still 54,000 families, or about 250,000 people, are still in evacuation areas. 2,000 people are still stranded across harbors and ports in numerous places in Visayas and Mindanao. Also, 4,700 houses have damaged. 50% of those totally damaged by the strong winds and also by the storm surge. And fortunately, we expect those numbers to continue rising over the next few days, especially now that the authorities are beginning to reach the once inaccessible towns out here in Compostela Valley and Davao Oriental provinces. That concludes our video update for today. Thank you for watching, and also thank you for those images and videos that you keep sending us. If you still have any more, if you haven't sent yours, you can definitely email us at philippineweather@yahoo.com or at robertspera@westernpacificweather.com. Again, check out PAGASA for the latest warnings and updates on the system. Hopefully it continues to move away from the country. Finally, we have the westernpacificweather.com for the latest updates on the recovery and the post-storm reports out there in Mindanao caused by Typhoon Bopha, and also your forecast across the Western Pacific as a whole. You have some articles written as well for the snow that has been happening in northern Japan and parts of the rest of Eastern Asia. Stay safe.